everything that you want is on the other side of everything that you've been putting off. And I can speak from experience because for the longest time, I would justify every habit that I had that was holding me back from where I wanted to go. For example, I would justify to myself that drinking was cool and it wasn't that bad for my physique, or that smoking weed actually helped me sleep, or that nicotine helped me focus, or chasing these women was actually good for my mental health to keep me sane. I told myself these lies for the longest time, and they held me back, and they held me down like chains. Because here's the thing. Whenever we don't handle these things and we know deep down that we're lying to ourselves, it becomes very easy for us to lie to ourselves about everything else in our lives, right? And this manifests in a bunch of different ways. Like I was on a call with a client the other day, and he was asking me about like sales tactics, right? He was asking about like a specific script that he was running through, and he's like, how can I get better at sales? And I just stop and I'm like, what's your close rate? He's like, I'm closing at like 60%, but, and as soon as he said, but, this is in front of like our entire group, everyone knew that he was just trying to solve the wrong problem, right? He thinks that sales are the reason why his business isn't growing, why he's stuck at 20 to 30K a month. But the problem isn't sales. Clearly, he's closing at 60%. What we found out is that he doesn't know how to manage, lead, and inspire other people to help him grow the business. So what does he do instead? He tries to solve problems that he's already solved instead of looking in the mirror and realizing that it's actually him who needs to change, not the process or this or that, right? And so I, like, from a personal perspective, like I used to justify to myself why I would drink or why I would smoke weed. Like prime example, I would tell myself, like whenever I was like smoking a lot of weed, I would tell myself, oh, this helps me be more creative. It helps me take my mind off the game when I was playing baseball. It helps me take my mind off business. It helps me relax. But I knew deep down that I shouldn't be smoking weed. You think God wants me to smoke weed? No way. But I would tell myself this story over and over and over and over and over again until eventually I just believed it. And then I'd tell other people. And then whenever they would ask, like, oh, why do you smoke weed? I would be like, oh, because, and then I would give them this long, drawn out explanation. That was not true. And as soon as I looked in the mirror and I was like, I need to stop doing this. And this is the reality, is that it's actually making my recovery worse. It's actually making me more anxious. It's actually making me less creative. And when I faced that reality and knew that this is not actually how I wanted to be, instead of lying to myself and justifying that it was okay that I was acting out of alignment with how deep down I truly wanted to act, it was only then at that moment that I saw how much I was holding myself back. And since then, I've been able to overcome that and create tremendous amounts of momentum in my life. I've never had more success in business. I've never been in better shape. I've never had more mental clarity, all because I'm sitting here looking in the mirror and having this difficult conversation with myself. So I'll keep this one short for you guys because I got to go to a dinner here with a client. That's why I'm dressed up all nice right now, right? But I'll keep this one short for you guys. Whatever you're lying to yourself about right now, you know, that thing that I just said, whatever you're lying to yourself about, and immediately popped into your head, yes, that thing, whatever you're lying to yourself about right now, confront it and deal with it right now. It's like if you're in a relationship with somebody, you know you need to break up with them, but then you start projecting on them and you're like, oh, you're a terrible person, you're a terrible person, you're a terrible person. And then what? Then that's when adultery happens or all these different things. We build up resentment, all because we can't have that difficult conversation. So start by having that difficult conversation with yourself. And it'll make every other conversation that you have with other people so much easier. And that is what's going to build the momentum towards the life that you want. But only then will you be able to start creating that momentum. Happy Friday, y'all. Catch you in the next one. Peace.